G'day, it's Mark here from Tempest Tools. This video is about setting your rate tables and what to account for. So to access them, you click on the menu item here and then down to rate tables. I'm going to use the stainless steel as my example today. So when the page loads, you'll see a couple of things on this page. One of them is the place to input your hourly rate. Now that hourly rate is a charge out, it's not cost. And if you don't know your cost, we run a special session where we can help you with what it costs you per hour, but that is definitely charge. So to change it, you click the little pencil tool, adjust it, and then hit save. The other things on this page are a button to add more thicknesses. So if you wanted to add another thickness, you can do that manually here by adding the thickness, the web, cutting feed rate, and the pierce time, and then hit add. These ones that I have on the page here are all my speeds, and I'm going to concentrate on the 6mm today because I want to talk to you about what to add extra into the hourly rate, and that being nitrogen. Nitrogen is a substantial addition to your hourly rate, so you need to factor for it. That's if you do use it. So what I'm going to show you now is a really quick way of entering that amount in and working it out. So I'll just run through all of the fields in the 6mm. I'm going to come over to the pencil tool and open it. So obviously that's the thickness. Now generally your web, which is the distance between the part, when we nest it on ToolBox, is the same as the thickness, but it's totally up to you what you set there. So what it will do is add 6mm gap between each part on the nest, but it'll also add a 6mm border around the edge of your plate. There's the cutting feed rate in millimeters per minute, and there's the pierce time. Now the pierce time out of all of this is pretty important. What you need to account for is don't just put in what the reseller or the supplier has told you in their tech tables, but you need to account for any head movements like set to cut and then the actual pierce. So it might be that the set to cut is half a second, so you'd need to put that into the ToolBox setting there as in 1.5 seconds. So if you're not sure of that, just reach out to myself, Sebastian, or Jackson, and we can help you with that. So I'm going to work out now how much extra to charge for the nitrogen when I'm cutting nitrogen at 6mm. Now, your settings might be totally different. I'm going to use my own settings, and you'll probably have different settings per thickness based on the nozzle and the pressure from your tech tables as well, so bear that in mind. So that's my hourly rate. What I'm going to do now is go over to our Tempest Tools website and show you our gas calculator. So it's on the website right down the bottom. So you click gas calculator and it will load the calculator here. Now my version here is based on a 12-pack. I pay $3.28. I'm using 16 bar and my nozzle size is 3mm. As I said, you need to do that for each of your thicknesses. So at 6mm, I'm going to bump that up to 165 per hour. So what we do is we add 165 to 500, so that's 665. And what I'm going to do over here is grab a calculator and punch in 665. And I'm going to divide that by 500, which is my hourly rate. And that will give me a factor, 1.33. So I'm going to head down to here. And under my 6mm, click my pencil tool and add 1.33 in there, and as you can see, it's bumped it up to 665. And that's how easy it is. Now, the more efficient way, if you've got several of these to do, is to probably pull this out into the spreadsheet or the CSV. So we click export, and that will open up the CSV. I'll do that now. And then what you're going to do is run the numbers in the calculator on the website for the 8, 10, and 12, or whichever of the thicknesses where you're using nitrogen. It doesn't have to kick in at 6 like mine example is, but definitely you can use this spreadsheet to then punch in. I'll just put some examples in here. They're not going to be right. I'm just fudging it, so just to give you an example of what it would look like to use the spreadsheet. So I'm going to save that now. And all you need to do is import it, browse, or drag it onto the desktop and then import it, and you'll see those numbers that I just added update over on the right hand side. So a really efficient way of adding your rate tables into ToolBox. And that's going to be the same for all of your other rate tables as well. So either manually doing it by clicking on here and adjusting the feeds here and then updating, or more efficiently you can export them out. In my next video, I'm going to cover all of these fine speed settings in here. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.